Welcome by Pyanodons with alternative energy, 630 hours, base tour, walkthrough, base tour, 10 hours report. Last time we start a little bit confusing. It means I was confused because what we are doing. Recap even. We are working on the new science pack. And the new science pack is this one, the chemical science pack. And what need the chemical science pack? One of the items what we need is a nuclear sample. And nuclear sample, the only way to get that, if you go down in the tree and you follow the what do you call it, the plutonium dingen. Then you come by a used up uranium fuel cell, and it's the only way to make that potion. So we really need it. Now I was looking when I stopped the last episode in this one for the fuel cells, for the uranium fuel cell, and I cannot find it here. And the reason is, I find out it is an used up uranium fuel cell, but that have no recipe at all. Used up, okay, it's this one, and that have no recipe. You can click on it, nothing is coming. So I try that time the uranium, the normal one. Right, uranium fuel cells. There is that one. And that is this one. And if you see that, this one, and you craft this one. What it don't tell, that if you, with this recipe, you get also an used up uranium fuel cells free. And that you can see here, because here it is well listed. And for the uranium fuel cell, I decided to start with it because this uses so much electricity. It is insane. And the reason is this one. This particular accelerator consumes 1.1 gigawatt each, and we need 30 to get one fuel cell per minute, or per second. Per second is it, I think. Yeah, per second. So that is, I cannot afford that. Simple is it. So many electricity I don't have. So I have to start. I like to start with one and accumulate it slowly, so we can build it up. I decided to make this, and I did it until the particular accelerator. And after that, I show you what I did. This I had already in advance because I like to do that, but I stopped with it because I find out the particular accelerator I cannot make yet. So this one, it's an not so hard process. The first steps, that is crushing. And you got grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 again, and you make, after that you make some liquid of it, some uranium pulp, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and for stage 3, combined with iron dust, we get the cake. The problem is, I'm not yet completely done with it. It is running, you see it. The luck is steam. And I'm busy here already, but I'm not yet finished. You see, the half is harvest, almost half is harvest. And here are my boilers, but it is not enough steam what I produce. That's why this is not complete full running. And now we're gonna, after this, the yellow cake, we have to put that in the particular accelerator. And the particular accelerator, what we need for that, how we make a particular accelerator. Want nou komt het, de hele story. And I did a lot of work this coming 10 hours, but actually I accomplished nothing complete. One of them is the uranium fuel cells I did not complete, but now komt het, because the particular accelerators, what we need for that. For the particular accelerator, we need the complex circuit boards, what we have already, and we need this one, the electric engine unit, and there's a headache. The electric engine unit we need for many things, including the blue belt. Dus every blue belt needs one. I don't know how many. I can look. Blue belt. Hey. I cannot see now. I thought I make a mistake now here again. Anyway, the electric units, strange. Electric engines zijn het, by the way. I look wrong, I think. I make a mistake again. But you can see, we need it for many things. Also for the windmills, for the stack inserters. Here, windmills, laboratory instruments we can make of it. If we use this, we get 4, and what we have now is maybe not real efficient, because laboratory instrument, that is a headache. You see, we need that for many, and especially for the upgrade of all the Mark II, Mark III. So I decide to make many of it, and many is 15, because 15 is already hard to make. And how to make them? Okay, daar gaan we. First of all, the electric engines are rotors and stators, bolts and advanced small parts. Advanced small parts we used it for the red belt. The problem is right now this one, because the stator needs to produce 15 electric engines, need 500 copper cable. Now, I cannot manage that, of course. 500 copper cable means 250 copper plates, and I don't have that. I have that, but that is all my consumption, and there is nothing left anymore. So I decide to make a factory for copper, and I start with it. And this one I like also to make an additional factory, aluminium plate. So you understand, this is a lot of work. And now I find out that I have also not enough koolgas to harvest the borax, but I find out I have koolgas, syngas. But I find out I have a bus of a pipe full with koolgas, so I can make syngas for it. I hope it's enough, and otherwise I have to make that here. It consumes also as 100 almost coal, so I have to harvest a patch with coal, otherwise I have not enough. No, in short, and it's mega. This mega. I start here with the copper ore in the grade 2, grade 1, and by the way, I take the train and I go there. So this is finished, this verhaal, this story. I pause the game and I come back by you if I'm by the copper. Yeah, the copper factory. Okay, I'm back. And I'm by the copper production for the stators. Only for the stators I'm gonna use this. You see, the copper, it is a little bit stuck up because everything is full and I'm not yet done with this. This one is the first step, copper core or in grade 1, grade 2. That is simple. Here, grade 1. Grade 1 get weer converted naar grade 2 and goes back then by the same chest as the grade 2 here. And that is allemaal, grade 1 is stuck up because everything is full. I don't want to explain everything because I did it already many times. This one avoid many. It is huge, as you can see. This part is still running. And now the last part, the part what the jacks are this, and here I have from this product that is a low-grade copper dust. Low-grade copper dust I can melt and I can make copper plate already. This is the only production what I have. What I don't have yet is this one and this one. I'm here and I need 59 totally. 59, where is he? Borax. This is not true. 72 I need this. Where is it? 59 plus 12.5. Dus that is huge. And I start, kijk, this is the whole factory. This is from the antimony, what we use for the complex circuit boards. And I start here already harvesting the borax, but I find out it's not enough. So I have to harvest this one also. And then we have something what I use actually also for the complex circuit board, but that is not running and is not consuming too much. So I like to borrow this, to steal this, if it is not necessary for the complex circuit boards, for the, for the doped silicon or something like that, then I gonna use that for my iron. The copper. The copper is casting. We make first a liquid, and we need also many electrolyzers. You see, 120 electrolyzers for all the oxygen to produce. And is only for the stators. Dan zijn we alleen nog maar only busy for the stators. Yeah. After that, we have to make for the copper plate, copper wire. We cannot do that straight. We cannot cast yet. The recipe is not available yet to cast copper wire, copper cable. After that, grab the aluminium, and the aluminium I plan that to use this patch. This patch is a big patch, but anyway, this is 4 and this is 7.3. Anyway, I can use this all the day. There is aluminium enough. I can harvest this and I can bring it here. The problem is I have no space here. This space is not enough for the aluminium. Aluminium needs a lot of graphite. So I plan also to harvest this one and to make from the tar, coke, and what was it? Heavy oil. And the coke I can use, of course, for the graphite, and the heavy oil I can use. There's also a useful product for, I think, for the zinc or something like that. Okay, dus I'm not yet finished. I'm very sorry. I'm far over my 10 hours heen. This is a big patch, by the way, 1.4 gig. So if we start running, then the electricity start also running. Anyway, the electricity is right now very low. It is lower than normal because I sat on the tipped the 7 gig the last 10 hours and then it could go back again. I run out of wood also, I find out, and I'm start now to make trees. The trees that are the modules Mark II. It's a long process because I need first tree I have to make on a hard way, like everything on the Mark II. 3, because if you, this one is what I need, and this one to craft I need 3 seedlings. That's the only way. Dus I need seedlings. Seedlings come from seed trees. And the first, even kijken. Wat was het nou? Dan ben ik er ook de weg kwijt. The seed trees, we can make 3 seedlings. And to get the first one, the first 3 seed, we need first to use the Mosgen sample, the tree, what we have, and the taling. So you understand, and the chance that it is 0.5% you get a seed MK2. So this recipe is very inefficient. So I run this already. I have already at least 1 3 seed Mark II, and I put an alarm in a chest, how you call it, connected to a chest speaker, that if I have 3 seeds level Mark II, I get an alarm and I stop with this process and I switch to this process. Because that time, then we can get, then we mark the tree. Wait, the tree, you have to make the tree. Then I switch to, I have to make seedlings then. Yeah? Then I can make 3 seedlings, and 3 seedlings Mark II, 3 seedlings Mark II, I can make a tree. Yeah? And if I have a tree, I can make from this tree 5 seeds, MK3. So that is a running process, is a very advanced process, is no percent. You get gewoon 3 seedlings, and you get gewoon 1 tree. So simple is it. So that is much better. 3 seedlings, and this one is dus ground sample. You get 1 seed, and you get 1 seedling. And if you have 3 seedlings, you can make 1 tree. And if you have 1 tree, you can make 5 seeds. So you win 2 seeds. Okay. Now I keep it by this. This is what I did. I have to continue. By the way, I did also nog my train network. I make this one because I like to make a train besides the raw coal what I'm gonna harvest, what I planned already. This one is almost finished until here, until grade 4. And now it starts. I have to make oxygen. I have to produce coal, enough for the basic, how you call it again? How you call it? The basic oxygen furnaces. What is it? This one. Basic oxygen furnace, yes. And I have to produce enough borax. There's enough to do. Takes almost very timeful. And after that we have to make this copper wire, and we have to make the stators. And the stators I cannot make yet because I first need aluminium, what I told you already. Okay. And we need natuurlijk sandcasting, but there's no problem. Sandcasting is easy to make. A little bit sand, what we have already, because we have enough stone, and we can use some for the make sand, and a little bit kerosote, and we have casting. That is not a problem. Okay, I hope you learned something. By the way, I find out something, and I like to tell you that, because I did not notice the last time that I did it, that we get here taling. And taling we can get, that's the only way to make nexilix, and we have not enough nexilix until now. I find out that the problem is I have to void this, because it don't fit in one pipe. Because in one pipe is, as far as I remember, 1.6 units per second, and this produce much more. The taling what it produce is tada, not this one, this. The taling what it use, I calculated somewhere, but I don't know where. I calculated, but it is in the thousands. And that's why it is stuck up. So je get namelijk hier 200 talings in 2 seconds. Dus every, so that's what the way I calculated, I remember. Dus that's 100 taling per second, per machine. Per factory machine, how you call it, per washer. And I have how many washers? Where is it? That is also not written zeker, because I calculated another way. I have this 2 right lines from 52, as far as I remember, if I calculated wrong. So 52 is, or it is 25, maybe the half, but at least 50, that is the minimum what it is. And 50 times 100 is 5,000. So 5,000 taling I produce, and 5,000 taling you can make many nexilix, I find out. So actually I'm voiding because I cannot get rid of it, what I do here. But even one void pipe is not enough, because the pipe is overloaded if this starts running. So I have to put more pipes up, and I'm gonna make nexilix and taling dust from it. I'm gonna process it immediately, and I'm gonna make nexilix plate. I decide, and the nexilix plate I put in the train, I put in the bus. So we have then enough nexilix plate finally, because nexilix plate I need many for my niobe. What was it? Iron niobe alloy, as far as I remember. That consumes a lot of taling plate, what I don't have. So I can solve that problem. And by the way, I have another factory natuurlijk for copper, and I can do that the same, because I did not notice that time. Here is my other factory for copper, and there are also void pipes. It's the same process what I do here somewhere. I forgot already where. Dit komt hier vandaan, dit komt hier vandaan. This one. Nee, dit is not the one. This one, this one, this one. This one. But these are not so many only. And you see, I'm voiding here already. Because it's not enough. So simple is it. The line is full and more I cannot push inside. So this is a waste. I'm wasting expensive tiling because the tiling I really needed for the next lick plate. But I find a solution dus. Okay, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Please subscribe and click the like button and click on the notification button if you like to get a notification if there is a next episode already. Again, thank you for watching. I hope to see you the next tour, the 640 hours. I hope then to finish with at least with the copper and start with the stators. I hope that, but I'm not sure because it's a lot of work, because I still have a lot of work on my copper and on my coal, on my coke and on my aluminium, because that have to be all together and that have to be assembled, and then we get the stators. And after the stators we get the rotors, but the rotors is not so hard to do as the stators. The stators and the rotors, by the way, we need only for the only purpose is electric engines, because there is no other purpose for the stators and the engines. So we don't have to put this on the belt. We can assemble that, separate somewhere, and we need only the electric engines. That's the main point. Okay, now I stop now. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I hope to see you the next episode. Take care of yourself.